Aloha, welcome to Live Yoga Channel. My name is Terra, this is Evan. We are honored to share in a classical Hatha Yoga practice with you live today. We love to start our Mondays with intention, focus, and practice because it works. So we began this channel in 2020 to ground our practice and connect with a Cyber Ohana. So thanks so much for letting us know that you're here, sharing with your family and friends, and without further ado, let's go ahead and find a comfortable seated position. Cross-legged. You can have half lotus, you can have some space in between your legs. Just get comfortable so that you're grounded and rooted, so that your sits bones are sitting firmly onto the earth. Go ahead and with your chin tilted down ever so slightly, just bring your awareness to the breath moving in and out of the nostrils. Feel the temperature shift on that upper lip. As you inhale, feeling the cooling energy on that upper lip. And then as you exhale, notice if the temperature's a little bit more warm on that upper lip. Without stress or strain, simply observing the breath moving in and out of the nostrils. Exhale completely. Next, let's gently open your eyes. We'll do some Kapalabhati. So this is going to be a forceful exhalation through the nostrils and a passive inhalation through the nostrils. So you'll force through the nose and at the same time, take that belly button and draw it back towards the spine, okay? So follow my cue. Ready? Exhale, 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 exhale. Exhale, 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 exhale. Inhale, half lung of air, and then kumbha. Let's breath retention. So press your hands into your thighs, draw the shoulders up to the ears, drop the chin into the chest. Hold that breath in. With your eyes closed, keep the gaze in between the eyebrow center. Hold here as long as comfortable. When you need the breath, release the chin, release the elbows, sip in some air. Exhale completely. Inhale, half lung of air. Pause, drop the chin into the chest, draw the shoulders up to the ear. We'll kumbha one more time. This is building our life force energy in and around us. When you need the breath, release the hold. Inhale completely through the nostrils. Exhale slowly. Next, let's do yoga for the eyes. So we'll keep our shoulders, head and neck center, moving only the eyes. So your eyes are open, inhale. On an exhale, look down, look up, look down, look up, look down, look up, center. Another breath in. Exhale, look far right, far left, far right, far left, far right, far left, center. Another breath in. Exhale, look down, look far right, look up, far left, look down, center. Another breath in. Exhale, look down, look far left, look up, look far right, look down, center. Instead of stretching the eyes, let's focus the eyes. Extend the right arm out in front. The pointer finger pointed up towards the ceiling, about shoulder height. Let's look past the fingertip. Let's bring the gaze back to the fingertip, and as you inhale, do your best to not blink. Bring the fingertip towards the nose, keeping your gaze at the fingertip, trying not to blink. And when the elbow's extended, look past the finger. Bring the gaze back to the finger. Inhale, draw the fingertip towards the nose. Exhale, extend it back out. Look past the finger. Bring your gaze back to the fingertip. Inhale. Take the fingertip out. When the elbow's extended, look past the finger. Release the hands. Let's go ahead and build some heat in our palms. Take the right palm, cup it over the right eye. Take the left palm, cup it over the left eye. Stare into the abyss of the black, into your palms. Do your best to not let any light come into the palms. Yoga for the eyes. This is healing for so much screen time. With our phones, our TVs, the computers. Go ahead and release your hands. We'll take the back of the palms, extend them out in front. Take the right palm over the left. Interlace the hands, draw them towards the chest, and then back out and away from you to your degree. Everybody's different. Your breath is slow and steady. Draw the hands back to you. We're going to switch sides, honoring that we may feel more tight or more flexible on this side. Just honoring where we are today, greeting yourself with kindness and compassion. Warming up from our fingertips, our wrists, our elbows, all the way up to the shoulders. And go ahead and shake it out. Let's go ahead and take our hands and interlace them and extend them up overhead. Stretch towards the ceiling. Really get long along the side body. Feel free if you want to lean towards the right and look up. And then do the same thing. Come back through center and then lean towards the left and look up. Lengthening all along the side body. Come back through center. And then notice, get the Ujjayi breathing with your chin tilted down ever so slightly. Engage the epiglottis in the back of the throat. Utilize this breath throughout our practice to check in with our effort, to see if we're relaxed and we can take it a little bit further, or if we're feeling strained and stressed in our breath, then we back off some. Use this as our tool. Go ahead and release the hands. Let's extend the legs out in front of us. First in stick pose, Dandasana, the toes just pointing up towards the ceiling. Let's go ahead and we'll start with yoga for the toes, doing toe cranks, so moving only the toes. For 1 release, 2 release, 3 release, 4 release, 5 release, 6 and hold. Go ahead and release. Take the right leg and cross it over the left. And just like we interlace the fingers, we're going to interlace the toes. Using only your toes. Keep your hands from helping here. One toe is fantastic. 2 toes are magnificent. Do as many as you can and then squeeze. We're warming up from the toes, the ankles, the knees, all the way up to the sciatica. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And release. We'll switch to the other side. You might be able to do 2 toes or 3 toes on this side. And in the spirit of the yogis, we stay positive. If we're having trouble today, we stay positive in our mind's eye, and we say to ourselves, maybe next week, maybe next month. Squeeze, 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 and release. Warming up to the ankles. So this time let's move the ankles forward and back for 1 release, 2 release, 3 release, 4 release, 5 release, 6 and hold. Let's make circles. First clockwise, 4, 5, and 6, and then the other way. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Warming up the knees. So we're going to grab onto our elbows underneath of our left knee. Draw that knee in towards the chest. And then let's make circles. 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then opposite. 6. Switch sides. And 6. Other way. Awesome. Let's come up to the front of the mat. We'll take our right foot, bend the foot, bring it in towards the inner left thigh. Take the left ankle on the outside of the left hip. We're going to begin to walk back, just honoring where you are. Maybe just leaning back on your hands is plenty enough for a stretch for you. Maybe you can come down onto your forearms. Maybe you can let your head drop back. Find what works for you, and then breathe long, slow, and steady here. Nice opening along the left quad and the psoas. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to release, so we're going to come out with ease and gently come back up through center. We're going to switch sides, taking our time. We may feel more tight or more open on this side, so just honoring how the body's communicating to us today. Find your pose today, and then relax and breathe. Appreciating your body. Thank you, body. Let's come out with ease. First coming up onto our forearms. Help our body come upright. Standing position at the front of our mat. Find your Tadasana. We'll take our time here. It's our first standing pose of the day. Roll the shoulders up and back. Feel yourself root underneath of your feet, and with your eyes closed and your chin tilted down ever so slightly, feel yourself grow roots under the feet into the earth. We feel stable in this standing position. As you feel supported with the earth beneath you, feel yourself as you breathe grow and extend as if you're growing tall towards the sun. And with your eyes closed and that gaze in between the eyebrow center, I'd love for you to visualize the most beautiful recent sunrise or sunset that you've witnessed recently. Love for you to contemplate your personal relationship with the sun and the many gifts we receive on a daily basis from the sun. All of life on this planet happens from the energy and life force we receive from the celestial body. We're going to move through 2 rounds of classical sun salutations, Surya Namaskar, which translates to respect to the sun. Follow my cues, moving with the breath. Inhale. Exhale, bring the hands to prayer position, open the eyes. Inhale, take the arms up overhead, look up, reach up. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the waist. This is our first stretch of the morning. Please, no overstretching. If you need a little bit of bend in your knees, by all means, do so. Let the head and neck hang heavy. Perhaps your fingertips can go to the floor. Perhaps you can bring your palms to the earth, fingertips facing backwards. Bring the weight to the balls of the feet. Lift the sits bones up towards the ceiling, lengthening all along the back side of the body. The chest is coming closer towards your shins. Your breath is slow and steady. Bend the knees gently. We'll take the left leg back, drop the knee and the top of the foot. We're going to inhale the arms and the shoulders up and back. Look up, look back. You're balancing on the right foot and the middle, and the right knee is balanced in the middle part of the body. Press down powerfully in the top of the left knee and the top of the left foot. Lunge into that front right knee. And the heart is up towards the ceiling. Your breath is long and slow. Release the hands back to the mat. Tuck the back toes. Take the right leg back. And as you exhale, coming into, in the West we call this downward facing dog. Our teachers studied in the Himalayas and they call this mountain pose. So we refer to this as mountain pose. Take both heels back towards the earth. It's okay if one heel wants to reach the earth more than the other. Press back both knees evenly towards the back wall. Lift your sits bones up towards the ceiling and press powerfully through both palms. Your fingertips are equally spaced. Your elbows are facing one another. You press that chest back towards the thighs. The bottom of your next exhalation, we're going to drop to our knees, chest and chin. 8-limb pose. I like to come up onto my fingertips, keep those elbows in close. So you're on your 2 toes, your 2 knees, your chest and your chin, and your 2 hands. Your gaze is down your nose. Release your hands, drop your belly towards the earth. Slide your chest in between your hands, coming up into a version of cobra or sphinx. I like to bring my forearms to the earth and just keep my chest in between my shoulders and look on up into this supported version of sphinx, especially as we're early in our practice to warm it up. Gaze is towards the ceiling. Your bum is soft. Release the head, draw the hands underneath of the shoulders, tuck the toes. Exhale, press into the hands, lift those hips back up towards the ceiling, coming up into mountain pose. Press powerfully into your palms. Inhale, take the left leg in between the hands. Drop the right knee in the top of the right foot. We're going to bring our shoulders up. Lift our shoulders up towards the ceiling. Look up, look back. Lunge into that front left knee. Release the hands to the mat. Tuck the back right toes. Exhale that right leg up to meet the left. Forward fold. The body's starting to warm up here. You might be able to take your palms towards the earth. You might be able to walk your hands back gently and use the strength of the arms to draw the chest closer to the thighs. Your breath is long, slow, and steady in these forward folds. Bring the hands together, and as you inhale, draw the arms up, overhead, and back. Exhale, come through prayer position. Release the hands. Let's do the same thing on the other side. This time we'll move a little bit more swiftly with breath. Follow my cues. Inhale. Exhale, open the eyes, bring the hands to prayer position. Inhale, take the arms up, overhead, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Left leg. Take the right leg back. Inhale, draw the shoulders up and back, look up. Release the hands. Tuck the right toes. Exhale that left leg back, coming into mountain pose. Drop the knees, chest and chin. Inhale, come through cobra. Keep the elbows in, look up. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. Exhale, press back into mountain pose. Inhale the right foot up in between the hands. Drop the knee, the top of the foot. Look up. Take the hands back to the mat. Tuck the toes. Exhale the left leg up to meet the right, forward fold. Inhale the arms up overhead. Come back through prayer position at the heart. Release the hands. Close your eyes and notice tingling around your fingertips and toes and skull, the capillaries are activated, the body's starting to warm up, the hips are more aligned, the shoulders are more aligned. Next, let's draw our awareness, our introspection to the most beautiful moon that we've seen in the sky recently. We're upon a new moon. But let's honor the celestial body in the sky, the moon, and how it also impacts life on planet Earth. All the oceans, the tides, move with the phases of the moon. And similar, our inner aquarium, our inner waters and plasmas and fluids also are impacted by the phases of the moon. So we'll go through these next 2 rounds of Chandra Namaskar, moon salutations, offering respect to the moon. Inhale. Exhale, open the eyes, bring the hands to prayer position. Inhale, take the arms up overhead, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, take the left leg back, drop to the knee and the top of the foot. Bring the hands through steeple position at the heart. And then take the arms up overhead, crescent moon. Lunge forward. Take the heart up, look up. Release the hands, tuck the back toes, take that right leg back to meet the left, mountain pose. Drop to the knees, chest and chin. Inhale, slide on through to cobra. Tuck the toes. Exhale, lift the hips, press that chest back towards the thighs. Bring the left leg in between the hands, drop the right knee and the top of the right foot. Bring the hands through prayer position. Inhale, crescent moon on the right side. Lunge powerfully into that left knee. Release the hands. Tuck the back toes. Exhale that right leg up to meet the left. Forward fold. Inhale the arms up overhead. Look up and back. Exhale, coming through prayer position at the heart. Release the hands to the side. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Moving with breath. Inhale. Exhale, hands to prayer position at the heart. Inhale, the arms up overhead, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees, take the right leg back. Hands through prayer, crescent moon. Exhale, release the hands, tuck the back right toes, take the left leg back and then exhalation. Drop to the knees, chest and chin. Inhale, cobra. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, press the chest back. Inhale, the right foot in between the hands. Drop the knee and the top of the foot. Take the hands through prayer. Crescent all the way up. Release the hands. Tuck the back left toes. Exhale the left leg up to meet the right. Forward fold. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale through prayer position. Release the hands. Beautiful. What do we do next? Sure. Beautiful job, everybody. Let's go ahead and open our eyes. Let's come into our first posture of this morning. Let's do chair pose. With our feet together, we're going to take our arms up overhead. And you can have your arms wide or in steeple position, whichever's preferred by you. Go ahead and bend the knees as if you're beginning to sit down in a chair. You want to keep your chin is parallel to the earth. Your gaze is in between the eyebrows up on the ceiling. Go ahead and lift your toes up off the mat, just the toes. Squeeze the knees together and sit down a little bit more. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, release the hands, interlace them back behind you. Draw the hands down the back, open up the chest, and then exhale, fold forward, hinging at the waist, and then see how far away you can take your hands from your low back. Maybe you can lift them up towards the ceiling. This should feel relieving. You can rock your hands back from side to side. Should feel good on the shoulders. Bend the knees. We're going to press into our heels, help the body upright. Go ahead and release the hands. Let's come into twisted chair. Okay, so with your knees and your feet together, we're going to bring our hands to prayer position. We're going to take our left elbow on the outside. We're going to bend our knees and take our left elbow on the outside of our right knee. We'll begin to twist from the waist, stack the elbows, and then look up towards the ceiling past your right shoulder. Sit down a little bit further. You can stay here, or you can take your left hand on the outside of your right foot, take your palm to the earth, and take your right hand up towards the ceiling. Your breath is slow and steady. For 3, 2, and 1. We'll come out through center. Go ahead and do the other side. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees. Take the right elbow on the outside of the left knee. Stack the elbows. Twist. Whoops. Look up past that left shoulder towards the ceiling. And you can stay here, or you can take that right hand to the earth. Take the left arm up towards the ceiling. Sit down a little bit further. You can also bend that left elbow. Go for your bind. For 3, 2, and 1. Release, come back through center. Good job, everybody. Let's go ahead and do table. So we'll come back onto our mat, keep our legs together. Inhale your arms up overhead. Exhale, hinge at the waist. Reach forward, keeping your ears parallel to your biceps. You're looking down on your mat just below the nose, and then reach through those fingertips. Reach through your sits bones and press powerfully through your feet. Active in that belly button. All along the side body. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knees, bring the hands through prayer position. We're going to stay buoyant in our knees. Take the right leg back behind you. The hips and the shoulders are square. You can keep your hands in prayer position. At the heart, you can also take them up overhead. Press powerfully through your right heel. Reach through your fingertips. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the hands through prayer. Take that right leg, come all the way through, swing it on through. Try and see if you can get your right toes as high as your right hip bones. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go ahead and come into Natrajasana here. So we're going to come into dancer. So with that right knee bent, take that heel towards your bum and grab onto your right ankle. Take the left arm up overhead. Here's dancer 1. Perhaps this is your pose today. If you'd like to take it further, you can take your hand on the inside of the foot and then bring the arc of the pose to the front of the body and kick that foot back and away from you. Try a few times and then come back out with ease and grace. Good job, everybody. When we take time to practice these balance poses, they bring balance to and poise to our day. So let's go ahead and come back to our feet together. We're gonna create strong foundation in that right foot. So go ahead and bend that right knee. Take that left leg back behind us. We're gonna come into balance pose first. So we're pressing powerfully through the left heel. Find the arm variation that works for you. Active. For 5, 4, 3, 2, reach, and 1. Come back through center. Take the left leg through. Lift it up high. Smile at the shake in the leg. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Let's come into dancer. So phase 1 is having the knee bent parallel to the right leg. Extend the right arm up overhead. You can stay here, or you can take the arc of the pose to the front of the body. Kick that back leg away from you. Reach. Smile at yourself. And then come out with grace and ease. Good job, everybody. Woo, shake it out. I feel it in my calves. Let's come into swaying tree. So we're going to take our feet mat distance. Inhale the arms up. Take the right hand and grab a hold of the left wrist. Send the left hip out to the side. Reach that left arm over our right side of the body. And then look up past the left arm towards the ceiling. And take that right armpit slightly more forward than the left. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come through center. Let's switch sides. Honoring that we may feel more tight or more loose on this side. Taking our time. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All the way up and release. Shake it out. Let's bring our legs 5 inches away from one another. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, hinge forward at the waist. And we're going to bend the knees if you need. But what we're trying to do here is get our feet, the soles of our feet, onto our palms. So if you need to bend the knees, that's totally fine. Begin to straighten the knees when you can. And then just let the head and neck drop towards the chest. Let the weight come into the balls of the feet. Feel your sits bones up towards the ceiling. Let's go ahead and release the hands. We'll come back into, that's right. Yeah. Let's come back into mountain pose. Let's go ahead and bend the left knee, stretch the right heel towards the earth. Stretch the right knee, take the left heel towards the earth. Take both heels towards the earth. Go ahead and lift the left leg. Keep the hips and shoulders square. Press powerfully through the right palm. Reach through the left heel. The big toes in alignment with the center of your body. Lift the leg a little bit higher. Inhale. Exhale, swing it on through. We're going to come into our warrior series. We're coming into Virabhadrasana 1. So go ahead and take your toes on the back right foot or at about 2 o'clock. Your heel is on the floor. Your shoulders and hips are facing forward. We're lunging into that front left knee. Efforting towards 90 degrees. We're active in that right back leg. So we're engaging our quadricep. Take the arms up overhead. And similar to before, you can have the hands together in steeple or they can be parallel. And then bend down a little bit more. And then see what it's like if you can make your right armpit slightly more forward than the left. Your gaze is in between your eyebrows, up on the ceiling. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale. Let's open up into Virabhadrasana 2. I take my right foot back a little bit, a few inches. My hips and my shoulders are now parallel to the wall to the right. Take the arms out. Take a split second to look back to make sure that my front and back arms are parallel. Lean into that front left thigh. Inhale the right arm forward, coming into a Vaya Virabhadrasana, fearless warrior. We're going to keep our belly from collapsing onto our front thigh. Lean into that front knee. Look up towards the ceiling. Active 10 fingers, active 10 toes. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the left hand on the inside of the left foot. Take the right arm up towards the sky. Wiggle those right toes back down a little bit more so that you can sink those hips. Stay here if you'd like, or if you'd like to bend that right elbow and find your bind underneath. Open up that right shoulder, look up towards the ceiling. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Drop the right knee to the earth. We're going to heel toe, our feet off of the mat. We're going to come into some arm balances known as Kandanyasa. So we're going to take our hands into a push-up position underneath of our shoulders. Bend those elbows. We're going to take the left elbow and hook it into that left inner thigh. We're going to take the right elbow and hook it onto our right hip bone. Lean forward and then begin to play with lifting your toes. A is for attempt. Give it a few tries. And when you feel complete, go ahead and press your hips back to your heels, and we'll come to rest in child's pose with your forehead to the earth. With your eyes closed and your introspection, love for you to bring your awareness to the lungs. The lower lobes, the middle lobes, the upper lobes. And visualize with each breath of fresh oxygen that you're bringing in through the nose, that the lungs are filtering and making it work for our body, sending this fresh oxygen to the heart, to where then the heart sends to every cell in our body love and vibrant life. Just visualizing our body working so perfectly and all of our cells receiving fresh life, fresh oxygen from our practice this morning. Visualizing every cell in our body with a smile. And when you're ready, and only when you're ready, we're going to meet right back up into mountain pose. And this time we'll take our right leg and lift it up off the mat. Press powerfully through our right heel. Press powerfully through the left palm. The big toe on the right foot is in alignment with the middle of the body. Exhale, swing that right leg in between the hands. Bring the heel of the left foot to the earth. Lift the torso so that the shoulders and the hips are facing forward, and then lunge into that front right knee. Take the arms up overhead, drop the shoulders. The hands can be parallel or in steeple position. Lunge into that front knee. Take the left shoulder slightly forward than the left. Bring the left shoulder more slightly forward than the right. And then take the gaze up in between the eyebrows on the ceiling. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, let's open up into Virabhadrasana 2. So now our hips and our shoulders are parallel to the wall, the side wall. Glance back. And then lunge into that front knee. Inhale the left arm up to meet the right, via Virabhadrasana. Fearless warrior. Smile at the shake of the legs. Release the hands. Take the right hand on the inside of the right foot. Take the left arm up towards the sky. Walk those left toes back a little bit further. You can stay here, or if you'd like to find your bind, please do so. Open up that left shoulder, look up towards the ceiling, open up the heart for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the hands, drop the left knee, heel toe, that right leg off the mat. Bring the hands underneath of the shoulders. Let's come into our arm balance. We're gonna tuck that right elbow into that right inner thigh. We're gonna tuck that left elbow into that left hip. Lean forward and then begin to play with the balance. A is for attempt. In yoga, we inspire one another. Give it a few tries, and then go ahead and please press back into child's pose. See if you can bring your awareness to the sound of your beating heart. I want you to hear the sound of your beating heart. And please acknowledge how the yogis, we refer to the heart as the organ of love. And so with each beat of the heart, we are sending self-love to every cell in our body. Trillions and trillions of cells receiving self-love in this very now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, body. When you're ready, let's go ahead and come up into mountain pose. And this time we're going to lift our right leg up, bend the knee, open up. Look underneath of that right armpit towards the ceiling. As you exhale, swing on through that right knee towards the right wrist. Take the left heel towards the left wrist. First, we're going to take our fingertips just by our side so that we can be in proud pigeon. And try and just sit squarely. See if you can find some relaxation here. Notice along the low back, the psoas. Stay here. You can also take your left foot into your armpit, your elbow crease, if that works for you. Let's come into a twisted pigeon. So we'll take our left hand to our left knee or out in front. We'll take our right hand to our left thigh. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist, look back behind you. Come back to center. Perhaps your foot is happy where it is. Perhaps you'd like to make it a little more 90 degrees. We're going to open up, inhale, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Take that chest over the shin. And you can rest your forehead on the mat. You can rest them on your forearms. Long, slow breaths here. I like to visualize black smoke exiting as I exhale. Removing toxins and debris that no longer serves my beautiful body. Thank you, thank you, thank you. To transition from this side, so begin to walk your hands back up towards your body, tuck the back toes, press into your palms, extend that right leg, shake it out, making X's and O's or whatever feels good for you. Eventually we're going to lift our left leg. We're going to send it back behind us. We'll bend the knee. Look underneath of our left armpit towards the ceiling. And then exhale, swing it on through. Coming into your variation of proud pigeon this morning. Walk those fingertips back towards the hips so you can sit. And then relax the face and let the breath move through you. And then we'll take our right hand onto our right knee or on the mat in front of us. Take the left hand to the left thigh, lengthen, and then exhale, twist to look back past your shoulder. Staying soft in the face for 3, 2, and 1. Release coming back through center. Adjust your left knee. And then exhale, fold that chest forward over your bent leg. Letting out any vocal sighs, moans, or groans as you exhale here is very supportive. You're in your living room, it's okay, no one can hear you. Two of your deepest breaths yet. After your next exhalation, we'll bring our hands underneath of our shoulders. We'll tuck our right toes and we'll extend. We'll take our left leg back behind us. Shake it out, make X's and O's. Then we'll come to squat in the middle of our mat. And for those that have a headstand practice in the middle of the room, if you have your own crow practice into headstand, feel free, now's your time. For the rest of us, I can guide you through it. You can do crow to headstand. We're also going to do shoulder stand variation. So Evan's doing crow. So crow is with your hands in push-up position, lift. We'll make shelves with our elbows, lift our knees. Our knees go up on the outside of our triceps, lean forward. Play with your arm balance. And then you can take your head to crow, lift the legs up. You can stay there and play with different variations with the legs. You can also do, if you prefer to do shoulder stand, let's go ahead and prepare for that. So we're going to come to lay on the floor and then swing the legs up. Bring the elbows in so that you're supporting your low back. Bring your toes together. You're looking in between your toes on the ceiling. It's okay if you feel like you're kind of in a V. No worries. And then from here, feel free to take your legs wide. You can bring them together. We can do eagle legs, wrapping one knee. We can do the other side. It's nice when we give our body a chance at inverting the blood flow like this. It's like our organs are receiving an internal bath. So from here, you can stay here. You can also take your left leg overhead, reaching towards the ground. It's okay if it doesn't reach the ground. Come back up through center, then the other way. Come back up through center. And then let's take both legs overhead. We call this plow, halasana. And if you have both your feet overhead, see if you can take your hands off of the back. You can interlace your hands. Release your hands. Go ahead and hold onto your low back. Bend your knees. And then we're going to come out. We're going to roll out of this as slowly as possible. One vertebrae at a time. Feel free to hug the knees into the chest. Make circles one way, then the other. Let's extend those legs out. Let's come into fish pose. So we're going to take our palms underneath of our bum, palms facing down. We're going to bend the elbows so we're coming to rest on the forearms and then the top of the head. Our ankles are together, our feet are displayed off to the side. Take your bottom set of teeth past the upper set of teeth and breathe. release. Release your hands, your head and neck. Shake your head from side to side and back to center. Let's hug the left knee in towards the chest. Take the right hand on the outside of the left knee. Help guide that left knee over the right side of the body. Take the left arm, extend it out to the side. Look down the left arm if that feels good for your neck. If it doesn't, don't do it. Bend your knee. We're going to come back through center. Hug that knee into the chest. Extend that left leg out on the mat. Hug the right knee into the chest. Take the left hand on the outside of the right thigh. Extend the right arm out directly past your shoulder. Draw the right knee over the left side of the body. And then look down those right fingertips. Your breath is slow and steady. Release the knee, come back up through center. Hug that knee into the chest. Hug both knees into the chest. Squeeze everything. Squeeze your teeth, squeeze your jaws, squeeze your sphincter, squeeze your fingers, and release everything. Extend your legs out onto the mat. Extend your arms onto the mat. Into our final resting position, Shavasana. I'll guide you through a relaxed meditation. Your feet are about 12 to 16 inches away from each other. Your hands are about 6 to 8 inches away from your hips. Go ahead and lift your right leg up off the mat 2 inches. Point and flex and flop. Lift your left leg up off the mat 2 inches. Point and flex and flop. Inhale, squeeze your bum. Draw your belly button down towards the spine, Squeeze, 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 and release. Inhale, draw that breath all the way up the side body, all the way up into your chest, and release. Make a fist with your right hand, lift it 2 inches up off the mat, release. Make a fist with your left hand, 2 inches, and release. Keep the back of the neck and the head on the mat. Draw the chin into the chest and release. Inhale, squeeze your face, make a funny face, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then as you exhale, open the mouth, stick out the tongue. Let the head rock from side to side and back to center. Bring your awareness to the space in the nostrils where the breath is moving in and out of your body. Nothing to do here but receive. Nothing to change, simply observe. And see if you can notice that the belly button rises and falls with each breath. And if you can bring your awareness, witnessing 10 navel up, 10 navel down, 9 navel up, 9 navel down. Counting backwards without efforting, all the way to 1. Awareness again to the physical, witnessing the breath as it builds inside of your beautiful body. Integrating our practice, the medicine from these poses, and our shavasana. When you're ready, and only when you're ready, begin to wiggle your toes. Make any motions in your fingertips. Maybe stretch your arms up overhead, eventually rolling over onto your right side, pausing in a fetal position. With your eyes closed and your gaze looking down towards your heart, first giving yourself appreciation for the effort to roll out your mat this morning and join us. Giving thanks to you for expanding your self-care and self-love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And when you're ready, we'll take our left palm, press it into the earth, and help ourselves up to a comfortable seated position, similar to where we met at the beginning of practice. And just noting a shift in our field and our thoughts and our spaciousness. And committing to taking this feeling off the mat, to practice yoga off the mat today, so that when people meet us or hear our voice, they can tell that we've done something positive for ourselves and the planet. What an honor it's been to share in this practice with you. Bringing the hands to prayer position at the heart, the light in me bows to the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining us here at Live Yoga Channel. We'll be back for this practice on Thursday, 7 a.m. Evan will be teaching. And tomorrow, tune in Tuesday, I'll be joining for a half hour. Take a work break with me. We'll be doing chair yoga. So chair yoga with me tomorrow at 10 a.m. live here on Live Yoga Channel. And then again at noon, we'll be meeting for the Trust Your Guts Club. So you can bring all your worries and woes about any sort of digestive troubles you may be feeling. And we'll be swapping recipes, self-care practices, and life hacks. So join us tomorrow here on Live Yoga Channel. And then what else do we have so much going on. On Wednesday, I'm teaching a workshop with a dear friend on all things nervous system care, with all of the, the computers and Wi-Fi's and such. What are things that we can do to best take care of ourselves with so much computer and screen technology? So that's 4 p.m. on Wednesday. Thanks so much, everybody. Share with your loved ones, subscribe, like, let us know what we can do to be of service to you. It's such an honor to share with you. Aloha.